The way I've always understood modes is that they have an anchoring major scale. So the parent major scale for D Dorian is C major. The parent scale for E Phrygian is C major. The parent scale for F Lydian is C major. The best way to hear what modes sound like is actually on a keyboard, because you can play the bass in the left hand and play the parent major scale in the right. So in order to hear what F Lydian sounds like, play F in the bass and play all the white keys on the piano. And that works for all the modes that are related to C major. So play all the white notes on the piano and just move the bass. So E, if you play E in the bass, then that's going to be E Phrygian. And of course, we have to transpose these to all 12 keys. So to play G Lydian, G Lydian's parent scale is D major. So this goes back to the intervals in some ways. You have to calculate the interval in some way or visualize the interval in some way and then just take it from there. A couple years ago, I came up with this term. It's called pseudokeys, which are keys that function like normal keys. They have a tonic center. The three modes that I think are the most prevalent and most usable are Dorian, Lydian, and Mixolydian. Of course, there's Aeolian, which is the minor mode, and each of those have characteristics. So the characteristic of D Dorian is the raised sixth. D minor, D natural minor, has a minor sixth. So in D Dorian, the sixth is B. It's not B flat. So in E Dorian, the major sixth degree is C sharp, not C natural. So that's the distinction with Dorian. Also, Dorian's main chord, its home chord, is actually a minor sixth chord, which is pretty close to a dominant. So if you play the minor sixth chord, you'll hear Dorian. The characteristic of Phrygian is the minor second. So E Phrygian, whose parent scale is C major, has the E to F minor second interval in it. F Lydian, which comes from C major, has the sharp 4, which is the B natural going to the C. G Mixolydian, the characteristic is the flat 7. So it's basically a dominant chord. Now, Mixolydian is very cool because its 5 chord is minor. And there's one song that I like that really uses the Mixolydian mode well, and that's Clocks by Coldplay. The other modes that I think work well are Lydian. Lydian kind of floats. So in order to hear Lydian, F Lydian, just play all the white notes on the keyboard and just anchor down the F, and you'll hear that there's that minor second between B natural and C. And the other modes that work well are Phrygian, but Phrygian is hard to use because it sounds Spanish for some reason, and it will always sound Spanish. So if you want to have that Spanish flavor, use the Phrygian mode. So the best way to learn modes is to identify the parent major scale and to hear how they sound, play them on the keyboard with the bass in the left hand and the parent major scale in the right hand.